So this, oh.
Hi everyone, how are we today? Welcome to another session of Office Hours. Just let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me. So on today's agenda, we have bathrooms. So we will talk about bathroom designs, bathroom layouts, first of all. I will show you a few examples of the bathrooms that I've created in Foyr already. And then we can go through some questions that you have. And if you want me to show you something, how hi, Catherine. How to do it. Any questions, then I will answer them and I will show you if there's anything that you want me to show how it has been done. So first we will start with the Art Deco bathroom that I've designed some time ago. And I will walk you through it and we will start with the layout first. So for that, I will switch off the camera so we can more focus on whatever is on the screen. I'll just check if you can see the screen. Okay, so let me go to, well, we can stay in 2D for a second. So as you can see, we're not looking at this bathroom, just this bathroom here. This piece keeps on moving every time I will close the project. Is just going a different direction. Okay, so we have this bathroom here. So first of all, when we start designing bathrooms, is planning the layout. When you have um, a house that is being built, so like the house that is not built already, we have like that's a better option because we can actually plan the layout of the bathroom into our liking and our preferences. Unfortunately, that's not always the case, and sometimes we have to work with the layout that has already been planned. So, for example, if we have even a new house, but like all the pipes are already in place, like all the plumbing has been done, and we have a pipe for the toilet, we have a pipe for a bath or a shower. And as we know, it's not easy to change that because like it requires to break up the flooring and all of that. So like it's not something that can be changed easily. And I know that from my own experience, I've been there and we've been changing a layout of the bathroom and it was just a nightmare. Also, it will require, like a big amount of budget will go towards that. And as we all know, bathrooms are not cheap. Bathrooms are quite expensive. The tiles are expensive. Like if you want a nice bath or like a marble countertop for your sink or even a marble sink, they're very, very pricey. So like if you have to work with limited budget and the bathroom is already there, it doesn't matter if it's an old bathroom that needs to be updated or if it's a new building and you need to plan the bathroom, then the best idea is to go with the layout that already has been there. So that's just more difficult if for example the engineer or whichever architect was doing that, maybe made a mistake or whatever, then we just have to do something with it. But usually they are planned in very usual way, like a bath toilet on one side and we have a sink on the other side. So most of the time we can work with the layout. We can use different materials to make it up to our client standards and all. But let's stick with the layout. So first of all, when we are planning the bathroom, we have to make sure that there's enough space around the toilet. Sometimes we have a place in the bathroom where we can actually put like a partition wall, so we can make a toilet just a bit more private. That's not always the case, and not everyone likes it. But if you have a big bathroom, then there's an option to do it. And and you can put like a partition wall and just make it just like a cubicle just for the toilet. Otherwise, just always remember to have enough leg space around the toilet, because I've seen smaller bathrooms in the apartment where actually all the plumbing was already in place, and when we put the toilet was either touching the shower door, or like we had to go with such a small shower that barely any person could fit inside. So these are things they're very important, and sometimes we just need to prioritize things. The same with baths and showers. Some clients, they love their baths, and I'm one of these people. Like, I love my bath, and unfortunately we have a few three bathrooms in the house, and the main bathroom has a space for the shower and for the bath. But sometimes you have to choose, and for smaller spaces, showers are more practical. They also, it all depends on the clients and on their age as well, because as we know, the baths, the older we get, they might be problematic to go into. So if we have older clients, then even if they're love their bath, I think a good idea will be to actually convince them to go with the shower, because it's just more practical. We also have showers that have the trays or a bit deeper, so you can actually sit in it. I'm not a fan of them because they just don't look nice. But if that's something that that might convince your client, then you can go with something like that as well. But let's say that we have a space for a bath, and then we can do a shower in the bath, as I did in this bathroom here. And then we have just a shower screen that goes all the way, because the requirement was to use freestanding bath. So we have a freestanding bath here, and we also have a shower head above it. So you can use both. Again, that's not everyone's cup of tea, but sometimes when clients can't decide, that's actually good solution, and that's something that that we can compromise on, and that we can proceed with. In this bathroom here, we could do, for example, very big walk-in shower, even with two shower heads on both sides, and do an entrance in the middle, if that's client's requirements. But for this one, we have a bath, we have a toilet next to the door here, and then we have single sink, because there wasn't enough space for a double sink, and the double sink wasn't a requirement. Again, if your clients require double sink because they're using bathroom at the same time in the morning or in the evening, then that all depends how much space do we actually have in the bathroom. Unfortunately, none of my bathroom fitted double sinks. Like I had a double sink in my in our old house, and it was actually great. Even like using it with the kids in the morning or whatever. But that's not always the case. And in my case, like I'd rather to fit a shower and the bath and have a one sink with like a larger cabinet that has a space than compromise on, for example, a bath and and have two sinks. But that's again all into our clients' requirements. People just need different things, and we just have to work around it. So here we have larger size single sink without if we'll go now to 3D, you will see that there's no cabinet underneath. But in this particular bathroom, no extra space was required. There's a utility room, and then they had like a storage cupboard in the hallway. So there was no requirements when it comes to that. So as you can see, we fitted quite a large freestanding bath, and then we have shower head above, and then we have a screen. The screen I've created with the create new product tool. So we go to modify. You can see that that's created with create new products. If you would want me to show you how that was created, and we can go and do it later on. But that's just a screen. I applied like a readed glass just for a bit more privacy. And we have niche for above the bath and tiles, and then I've created these stripes here with the create new product tool again just for that extra element. It just makes the bathroom really elegant and and luxurious, because the full bathroom is covered in marble tiles. This one is like an art deco style, but it's not a very big space, but we've managed to put everything inside, and there's plenty of space around the toilet, plenty of space to hang a towel on the side of your sink. So this is one of the bathrooms that I have to show you today. Then we will go to maybe this one. This one is a small bathroom. So if I will zoom in, then in this bathroom, it was like we either could go for a bath and a shower head above it, but it's like we didn't want that. We wanted to do just a shower. So the shower is actually full width of the bathroom. Just let me see, because I think I have the measurements off. So just to, okay, we have the default dimensions. So as you can see, the bathroom is not big because it's only 3 meters by 2 meters. So it is a small space for a bathroom, maybe not the tiniest, but still small. This bathroom was already fitted with plumbing, so there was no way to, for example, move the toilet as we would prefer to have a toilet on this wall, for example, and do the door on this wall. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. That's why there's no space for a double sink again, but there is quite big cabinet with the sink with the single sink, but this shower is very big. So like sometimes you just have to choose. You have to have like a brief with your clients, and just show them your options and see what they would actually prefer. This was all measured here, so it's actually enough space for your for the leg room, and you're not touching the cabinet when you're sitting on the toilet, which is really important. And sometimes I think that toilets, they are actually fittings they are that are forgotten. Like I know that that's not the nicest thing that needs to be fitted in a bathroom, but that's a place for it. So and sometimes they're not getting the attention that they should, and they just like, just put in a corner and that's it. And being honest, like, now we have so many designs of toilets, and they come in any color you want, so you can actually make a feature out of it. So like, it doesn't have to be that, ugly toilet that's standing in a corner. We can actually, make it to fit within the design of the bathroom. Yes, so there is a cabinet with the storage. And so some kind of storage was important. Then, as you can see, the shower is a meter wide. So it's not, let me get the guidelines and I'll just double check. Yes, so that's a meter wide. So that's not a small shower, especially when it like, goes 2 meters this way. Then we have just a simple shower screen. If you can't get that, then they can be ordered. Ours were made to order. You can choose any frame and glass, so like they can go all the way to the top. If you have full door, so like a full enclosure for your shower, then I would suggest to maybe not go all the way to the ceiling, or if you really want to go all the way to the ceiling, because that looks a bit nicer, it's just more aesthetically pleasing. But then you will have to leave the door open after taking a shower for all the steam to be able to actually come out of the shower, so we don't have any problems later on with like a fungus or whatever. So here we have only shower for like a 2/3, not even of the width of the shower, so there's plenty of space for the air circulation. Also, there's air circulating system in the bathroom installed, so there is no problem with mold. Then we have this cabinets here for extra storage, like to display some of your cosmetics, or like, even like, some decor pieces. And this one will be more for your shower use. If you don't want to put any extra shelves under the shower, then this one will be, your way to go when you want to wash your hair and wash your body, etc. When it comes to tiles, as you know, when we design in bathrooms, we can use the tiles from our catalog, and sometimes they will be put this way. Sometimes, unfortunately, some of them, if you will apply them on the wall, then they will go like one under another, and like, that might not be the way that you want to put the tiles. So we also have an option, and I think I mentioned that before, where you can build your um, tiled wall. So like with the create new product tool, you can actually create customized tile wall with with your own tile design. Like for these tiles here, for example, they are big tiles, so like, it's not it wasn't very time consuming, so like, that's fine. If you require it for a smaller tiles, then that might be a bit more time consuming, but you are able to do it. So like, if you have clients that have really, set their mind on like particular type of tiles, and let's say that you uploaded the texture, and when you're applying it on the wall, it doesn't work, like, it doesn't want to change the way you want it to, then first of all, I would recommend to go to the chat and chat with any of our team member and see if they might have a solution for that. Maybe, like a different file of the texture will be enough. And then if not, you are able to create a pattern with the create new product. I don't know if all of you are familiar how to do it. If not, let me know and I can demonstrate how to do it. As you know, like in bathrooms now, there it's very popular to mix paint, like, so like a bare walls, or even like some decorative plaster designs with tiles. So like they don't have to be all in tiles, especially if the tiles have loads of details on them. They have like a heavy design, even like this marble tiles, like, they have so much going on them, that like if the full bathroom will be covered in them, that might be too much, especially for the smaller space. So we can also always match a paint color, or as I mentioned, like we can add like a decorative plaster or something like that to make it interesting, so we don't have to use tiles only. I will go through your questions now before there is too many of them, and just to make sure that I covered them, like, all of them. So yes, please, let's see how you did the screen. Okay, we will do that in a second. And Sharon, when you are importing specific tile pattern into your textures folder, what is the best option so that it does not appear warped within a pre-designed item within Foyr? For example, shower enclosure. Is it best to do one tile, a full wall of tile? Sharon, it all depends what kind of tiles you uploaded into the software. Some of the tiles, they will work great, and you will be able um, change the size of them by either changing number of tiles or the texture size, and they will look great. Other tiles, usually they are hexagonal ones, or like a fishtail tiles, like, they might be problematic, and sometimes when we upload an image of a tile, they might not work. I will see what tiles I have in my uploaded textures, and we will try them on the wall, and we'll see what we can do about them. Nor this app is free. Is that a question? Our app is like, you can try it for 14 days, and then you can decide whether you want to drop it or purchase it. So like, if you have any questions, you can contact Foyr through foyr.com, and they will get back to you with all the answers. So let me go back to, I will show you now how to create the arch screen, and then we will go to the tile designs, and I will show you how you can create your own tile designs. And also I might check what tiles I have in my uploaded texture, and we'll see, how they will work. And also we will go to our texture catalog, where there is like a huge amount of tiles that you can actually use in your own designs. And yeah, and we just, like, I'll show you how you can edit them, etc. So now just let me go back to 2D, and we will quickly draw a room just for the shower screen. So the first thing that we have to do, we have to be in 3D, and we have to go to create new product tool. If you are in 3D mode and you cannot see your create new product tool in the top center of your screen, that means that you have to have something selected. So like, if I have clicked on my floor or on my wall, then you will see the edit tool. So that means that you have something selected. So like, either click on the black stripe on your left, or just click on escape on your keyboard, and now you have the create new product visible. So we will go with the create new product, create yourself, and now I will draw a rectangle, the width of my shower screen. It doesn't have to be the thickness, because we can, like, we can change the thickness of it, but let's say that I will do it, actually that can be this, and yeah, something like that. Okay, so we have this one here, and now we will go with the push and pull, and we will bring it up. So like, we will do it as high as we want. And now the next step will be to create the arch. So to create the arch, I will use the arc tool, and you just simply start from the place where you want to go with your arch. So let's say that we'll go here, and now you can go all the way to the top, or we can just go just slightly lower. Then we can always resize it, because sometimes if you go all the way, it's just more difficult to remove the sides. So now what we have to do, we go with the push and pull, and we just remove this part here. And now we go with the offset. We will offset it, so we will create a frame for our shower enclosure. And we will create the same frame on the other side. Now we can use the push and pull just to push it in slightly, because we don't have too much space. So that's from this side, and I will do the same from this side. You can also pull out the frame as you want. So that's our shower screen done. So as you can see, that's very, very easy. You can do a rectangular shape, or you can just simply use any of the screens that we have in the catalog. So now what we have to do, we have to go to texture, glass texture, and now you just look for a texture that you want to use. I've used the fluted glass. Now we can resize it, so it's like, it has more fluted detail. And we also have to apply it from the other side, so we actually have the screen from both sides. As you can see, it's see-through now. You can change the glass design. You can do like a colorful glass. You can resize it if you need to. So like, we can make it a bit higher or wider if you want to. So like everything that you will create with the create new product tool, you can still resize it. And now you will apply any texture that you want on your frame. So for example, we can go with brass instead of black, and we can go with the antique one, not this one. Just always make sure that you put it in where you need to put it. And now just copy texture and material, and we will put it on the other side. We can also put it from the inside, so it like, it looks even more realistic. So on these pieces here, that will take you a bit of time, but it is worth it. And then we'll apply it from the other side as well. And your shower screen is ready. So you see how easy it is, how fast it is to do. So like, sometimes if you can't find something, or like, you need like a particular shape, or if you have, let's say that you have a sloped ceiling and you want a shower screen that will go all the way, under the slope, then the best way to do it is with the Create New Product tool. You're welcome, Chloe. Okay, so now we will go to the tile textures. First, we will go to the texture catalog. And here we will go to tiles, and I will show you some examples. So for example, we have these tiles here, and we'll apply them here. And now you can change the density of that texture by changing the number of tiles, or what I always recommend is to change it by a texture size. If by any chance you know a size of a single tile, so here that's like a hexagon tile or something else, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you know a size of the single tile, or let's say that it will be like, tile with like all 4 of them, then you can just put that here, and then you will receive the same effect as you will in a physical space. So like, you can really showcase to your clients how that texture will look in their own bathroom. We have the select color here. So if you would like to change hues of the tiles. You can do that a bit. As you can see up, like, which parts are changing, like, some of the parts are not changeable, but some of the texture you can actually select some colors. Now, when you want to use the same texture on more than one surface, so let's say that I want this texture to be on my floor, or I want it to be in my shower area, or like, on more than one wall, then editing it by texture size is a must, because when you will drop it onto a different surface, it will look exactly the same if it's edited by texture size. If it's edited by number of tiles, then if the size of the texture of the surface is different, then the texture will look different, because the number of tiles depends on the size of the surface. So if you need the same texture on multiple surfaces, edit it on with a texture size. So now we can go with the copy texture material and simply drop it onto the other wall. Now, for example, let's say that we have a shower, as I had in the bathroom that I showed you now, and I want my texture only to go a distance here, because like my shower is ending here and I don't want any more textures on the rest of my wall, or I want to add different tiles, or just like, a paint color. Then again, we go with the create new product tool, create yourself. We go with the rectangle, and now we will draw a rectangle that has a width of our shower. And now we are just click on done. You can either leave it flat on the wall, or you can give it some depth. It's like, it's just up to whatever finish you're going for. And now we can use the texture material and simply move the texture just into that space. And as you can see, the texture looks identical. So like, we don't have to worry that it will look different on this surface. Now let's go to a different one. So here we have the hexagonal ones. So the hexagonal ones that you take from our catalog, they are all editable. So again, if we go, let's say something like that, then we have more like a mosaic effect that will look great on, for example, your bathroom floor. Or we can go with the larger size and do them larger, for example, and then they can be suitable for any other surface as well. So these are fully editable. It's with with some of the textures, like with this particular designs, with some of them, if you will take them from any website, there might be a problem with with editing it. So you might either try to search for a different one, or just some of them, they just like they just won't work when it comes to, oh, we'll see this one, for example. Okay, let's say that I will, yeah, so this one goes like that. But some of the textures, like if I will drop a texture and I want to create the tiles out of that texture, then it will be just either squares or rectangles, and they just go one under another. So like, there won't be any design on them. So, that's where your bespoke design can come handy, because like then you can just create your own design on the wall. But like most of them, like these ones, I've used these ones before. They are great as well, and they look really, really nice when you do the render. They are like marble tiles. They look beautiful on the wall. These tiles, yeah, they already have a design as well. So again, you can edit them, and you will have that design on them. So as you can see, there's loads and loads of tiles to choose from. And then we have like a marble tiles here as well, and we can do for example, something like that. And as you can see, the design is already there. So like you will be fine with these ones as well. It's just the only thing that if you would like to drop a different texture on them, then you won't be able, because like that's already texture that has been edited. So like the only thing that you can do, you can just try to change like the hues like the color of them, but you won't be able to like apply different textures inside of these rectangles. But like I always, if you don't need any particular tiles, let's say that like that your clients didn't choose any tiles yet, or you're just like creating designs for your portfolio, or for any other purpose, then I do recommend to use tiles from our texture catalog, because you can edit them and they're always visible then on renders. Yeah, because another thing, I've noticed that some of the textures, when you save the image from the website, some of them they're not visible when you do the render. That's why the safest option is to actually do a screenshot of the tile, or of the texture that you want to upload into the texture catalog, because when you do the screenshot, that always show and always works. So just to save you time, I would recommend to do a screenshot instead of saving the image. Okay, let me go through the Sharon, so helpful. You're welcome. One more texture question. Is there any rhyme or reason to when it is shown as a sphere in the library and when it is a flat picture of the texture? Does one perform better than another in certain instances? I notice this most during things like wood flooring. Um, as far as I know, no, it's just the image of the texture. Like I didn't have any problems with either. If I was looking like if I was using like a flat image or a sphere image, it doesn't go as a sphere. It's just like it goes flat on your surface. So that's a question from our if anyone from the technical team can elaborate on that, then I'll be happy to. But as I'm concerned, I don't think if there's any particular difference between them, but I might be wrong. So if I'm wrong, and if there's someone there that can um say more things about it, then please do. Yeah, that's actually a good, good question, Sharon. But yeah, but as far as I'm concerned, yeah, they don't differ one from another. Yeah, but as I said, I might be wrong. So now I will show you how you can create your own design. That will be for, like the bigger size tiles. They're very popular now. All the marbles, travertines, they usually in large size tiles, and some of them are like really, really big and heavy. So yeah, so I will show you how you can create your own texture, like the one that I've created with the marble ones. Especially marble, and I think I've said that a few times already. When we use a natural marble, there's no two identical tiles. Like they will always differ with like with the veining, or even like the colors might be different. So that's like if you want to really create um a very realistic render with of your bathroom, and like show your clients that like these styles are worth it, because as we know they're very pricey, but like just to show them that it will be worth to invest in them, then you can actually create your own design, and then put the tiles in each design, and just like edit them by moving them horizontally and vertically, and just create kind of very unique design. So I'll show you how to do it now. I'll just remove these textures so they're not Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll just go with this wall. So, okay, we have something. Oh, Catherine. Yes. No worries. Take care, Catherine. We'll see you next week. Okay, so again, we go with the create new product tool. And I have two different like rectangle, and we will trace over. Let's say that we want to do them on a full wall here. So we will just trace over the full wall. Just let me go with done, and I will just remove my baseboards. They're not needed in the bathroom. So, okay, so I'll just click on it and go to modify. Now, we can have the environment on or off, so that, that's up to you. And then I will show you, because I have different two different styles how you can do them. So like you can either do them the way I did them before, just with the offset, and like with like minimal ground that is barely visible, and that's also quite popular now. It's it calls like a no grout tiles, and so it's only like a minimal amount of grout that you put in between the tiles. But some of the tiles they might look better with like with the grout, or if like if you actually want to have the grout visible, then there's an option to do that as well. I have a question on 2D. How to create a column in a wall in a 2D planning? You just use the shape. So if you want to do it in a 2D, then we use a shape. So you can use the floor duct cube, for example, or use a column. Just type in column in a catalog, and you can just simply resize it and create it. If you need to create something different, then you can use the create new product tool, but that's in 3D, and it all depends what is easier to do for you, what works better. So like in 2D, you can use shapes, or you can just type in column and see if there's anything that you might use in your design. So back to the tile design. We will give it just a bit of depth, because if we would like to elaborate on that just a bit. So I'll just, for to be safer, I will just give it a bit of depth if I just have to do something. Okay, so now we have to know the tile that we go with, of course, and we will start with the full tile. So I'm going with my rectangle tool, and now here, and tile. So let's say that that will be the big one. So I have a one tile, and now I'm going with another one. So like here, I will just do pretty much. Can you all hear me? Because I think I have a problem with internet connection. Can you just let me know if you can hear me? I think I'm back now. Great. Yeah, so now we will continue with another one. So again, the same size. Okay, let me go back, and I'll just do it again. Okay, and then I will just do whatever space is left here, and I will do it. Now on the next row, you can do whichever part you want. You can do half, or you can start with like, just a piece. So it all depends what kind of design you want to create. So let's say that we will start with half. and then we'll go in with the full one again. And we will continue that throughout the full wall. So now here I have just a tiny piece. And now I can again start with a smaller piece, or I can start with the big one. Again, it all depends what do you need, what design you want to get. And then we always go with the full one. When you have your wall measurements, then you can actually see which one will work best. Okay, and now let's say that we will continue with a full one. And full one again. I won't be doing a full wall because I just want to show you, how you can proceed with then with offsetting them. Okay, so now let's say that we have our tiles. Like I don't like this here, so like I would do something different with it because I just don't like this small piece here. But like it's done now, so just we'll just ignore it for now. So now we will create the offset. So ideally I will start with like a bit of tile on this side, full in the middle, and a bit of tile on this side. Because I'm very particular when it comes to things like that, and I like them to be, nicely lined up. So like, like I wouldn't do it the way I did it now. It's just like, just to show you an example, and then you can, work away with your own design. But now we have to use the offset to offset them so we can actually define, when one tile is ending and the other one is beginning. Now, if you're really going with like a no grout look, then you actually don't have to do it, and then you can just paste a texture in each of these rectangles and just leave it, without. If you need a tiny grout, then we can go with the offset. So we will just create like a tiny offset, so it will actually just like define it just a bit more. So like when we will apply a tile, you will actually see, the lines in between the tiles. If you need to put the grout, or if you want to put the grout, then we will create offset just a tiny bigger, like even something like this one. And we actually, when we zoom in, we will be able to apply grout inside. So now if I will click on done, I can zoom in and I can actually put a grout over here, and it can, so the grout will be visible as well. So it all depends what what you want, again, like for what kind of design you're going for. Now when it comes to texture, just let me go to my uploaded textures, and I will go with the marble that I've used. So as you can see, I have two different tiles of pretty much the same marble. So what I did, I applied, let's say, one tile here. Now I can go with, like, I can rotate it if I want. And then like I was playing with two designs of the same tile. And then I've used the horizontal and vertical offset to actually offset them. So like, let me go with, I will rotate it again. And now you can do horizontal or vertical offset. And then you can, with the vertical, it all depends, like, what size of the texture you have. Some of them you can offset vertically a bit. If not, then you can just play with the horizontal offset, and you can try and Okay, this one should go this way. Yes. And then you can create, as you can see, like, you can choose like a different part of the tile, and that will help you to create a very customized look. So hopefully you know what I'm getting at and you understand how to do it. Okay. Nor if I have an AutoCAD stick, I can pass it into the application to be able to paint it and add textures. You can upload a floor plan, but the floor plan needs to be in, as far as I remember, PNG or JPG file format. So I don't think if you're able to actually upload an AutoCAD file if it's different file format. And then you can apply, paints and furniture, etc. Okay. Do we have only like a few minutes left. So if you do you have any questions about bathrooms in general or about the tiles designs that we created or like, about any of the bathrooms that I showed you? Maybe you want to know how something was done or anything, then please ask because we only have few minutes left. I have another bathroom here that is only like a guest bathroom. It's more like a WC, without any shower or bath. And like with this kind of bathrooms, like if you have one for like when someone is coming over for coffee and they need to, use the bathroom, and if you have WC downstairs, then I like these bathrooms because you can actually go quite dramatic with them. They can be, like a small space, but you can create like a wow factor out of them. So like this one I've created, it's very dark with like mural or wallpaper all over the walls and even on the ceiling. So like with small powder rooms, you can really I think that's a space where like even if your clients are very restrictive and like they like, let's say, a minimalistic style and like all like neutrals as they are very popular now. I think powder room is a space where you can actually go bold, even like if someone likes only very like restricted restrained, sorry, spaces. Yeah, so like that's just my example of how to achieve like a wow factor in a small space. How to create a shower niche. So hardship, please can you show how to create one column in a 4 inches wall. Um, do you want to create it within a wall, or is it a column that will be attached to a wall and sticking out of the wall? Because I don't think I understand the question. So if you can elaborate on that, within a wall. So like you need a column in the wall. Like you cannot put the column in the wall when you're drawing a wall. I will switch to 2D and I can elaborate on that. We just wanted to cover as much as we can for bathrooms today. Yeah, but just give me a minute or two and we'll go to that. Julie, is it critical to create ground lines? As I mentioned, it all depends for what kind of style you're going. If you're going for like a no grout style, then you don't have to do the grout lines. If you need to have a grout visible, then you have to do your grout lines, to apply a specific color of the grout. Do you have to do it in each square, or can you copy and paste that grout rectangle? No, like when it comes to offset, you just have to do offset in each, but that's very easy to do, because you just simply click inside of the rectangle and just type in the offset, and you go to another one. So that's a very quick process. Chloe, you have to go. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chloe, for being here with us. We'll see you next week. So if I can just answer to hardship. So if I will go and type in column, and we have some columns here. I think we should have even like just a straight column, let's say like maybe this one here. So if I will put it anywhere, and if you would like to put it more in the wall, then sorry, it's either my internet connection, or yeah, so you can click on the column, you can resize it, and if you want, you can actually push it in side of the wall, and then you can go to edit and you can resize it to any size you want. I don't know if that's something that you have in mind. Hopefully yes. So like you can take a column from our catalog and just simply resize it. You can use the arrows to put it just inside of your wall, and you can move it and you can place it anywhere you want. Julie, if you have hundreds of tiles, wouldn't that take a very long time to do each one individually? Yes, it will. You can create one tile if you want, and then you can use the copy, like the clone tool, and paste it next to each other, but that will take a bit of time as well. You can also group them and then go like a row by row. So there's an option to do that as well. That's why I said, like, that it is better to do it for a bigger tiles. So yeah, so that if you're doing it for bigger tiles, then like it just makes more sense. But if you have a tiny tiles, then you can do a couple of them, or like one row, and then just clone them and paste them next to each other. Kim, can you show how to create a shower niche? Yes, that's the easiest thing ever. So you just go to catalog and you type in a niche. There are shapes, any shapes you want. Like we have this one, for example. You just simply put it in the wall, and then you just change a texture of it, and your niche is created. Also, we have this one in art shape. As you can see, it will snap within the wall, and your niche is created. And you can apply any texture you want on that niche. You're welcome, Kim. We're out of time. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I hope it was useful for you, like, quite informative. And we will see you next week. Thank you, guys. Have a lovely weekend as well, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you so much.